Hello sweet friends, welcome back to my channel. I hope that this video finds you doing amazing, and I hope each and every one of you are doing very well. Today you guys, I'm super excited to be sharing with you 3 simple, easy, and awesome DIYs that you can do using Dollar Tree's wooden hoops, and I cannot wait to share them with you all. So without any further ado, let's jump right in. Alright friends, so for this first DIY, I have here of course a wooden hoop, and I also have some skewers, and you can find these at Dollar Tree as well. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take just a few out. I don't know how many I'm gonna exactly need, but I'm just going to grab them as I go, and I'm just gonna measure out as you see here, just like this, starting from the bottom all the way up. I'm gonna just trim it down and then glue it down to the wooden hoop just with some hot glue, and I put it on either end of the skewer and then just press it down. And then I'm gonna keep working my way up, and as you go up, obviously you're gonna need the skewer to be bigger. So I do take my pencil and I just mark where it needs to be cut each time, so that way I cut it, to the right size and it's not too big or anything. So I just mark it and then I just cut it and glue it down with my hot glue gun, and I just keep going about halfway up. You can do the full circle, the full hoop if you wanted to, but I just decided to do about halfway up. And this is going to give it a nice decorative look and just some texture as well. And I really love how it ends up looking. So as you see me doing here, I'm just repeating the same steps. And until I see how I like it, then I will stop. But as I said, you can do the whole circle. You can do less if you wanted. Whatever you really want, it's up to you. So then I'm just going to continue to do that. And once that is done, I'm going to go in with my sanding block and I'm going to sand down those sides, because just in case if there were a little bit of excess of the skewer, I can just sand it down so it can be, not popping out of the circle too much, and make sure that it's nice and smooth. So I'm gonna do that to both of the ends. And once we're done that, I have some nautical rope here because I was thinking of putting it around the circle, and you definitely can, but I decided not to. So I just scrapped that, and then I just took some florals and greenery, and as you can see here, I'm just trying to decide where I want it to be placed. And I do decide to place it on the left side. And then I have these flowers here, but I thought they were a bit too big for this piece, so I took those out and I decided to go with some sola wood flowers. You'll see here in a minute. I just put a sola wood flower down, but now I am just adding my greenery first. I'm gonna add 3 little picks onto the left side, and I am just using some hot glue to place that down. And then once the greenery is down, I am gonna take a sola wood flower and hot glue that down to the center. And then I also decided to go with a little white sola wood flower just to give it a nice bit of contrast and make the all the colors pop out even more. And I really loved how it looked, and I love the sola wood flower on this one because it's like all wood and really nice and neutral. And you guys know I love my neutral DIYs, so I absolutely love this one, and I decided to go with this brown and white sort of flower, and I just put a nice bit of hot glue and I just pressed it down to the center. And then, as I said, I added a little white flower as well to the side of it, just to make the whole thing stand out and to give it a little bit more of some color with the pop of white. And then once everything is down there, this DIY is complete. And I did take a piece of jute string and I hot glued it to the rims of where I put the skewers on the inside of the hoop, just so I can cover up some of the hot glue and stuff like that, any imperfections. But that was super simple. I just took some hot glue on the jute string and just pressed it down. And this is the final look at this DIY, and I absolutely love it. And I love the skewers in the background. I think it makes it look so cute and makes anything stand out that you may want to put on here. And this would be so perfect for your entryway or any room in your house, really. Please let me know in the comments what you think of this DIY. Alright guys, next up I have that wooden hoop, and then I have here a little planter pot that you can get from Dollar Tree. I believe they come 8 or 10 to a pack, I'm not really sure, but I picked these up and I'm going to hot glue it down to the wooden hoop. And now keep in mind, since this is a circle and you're trying to glue it down, you're only going to be able to glue it down on the sides of the planter pot because it's not going to be flat to the circle. So that's perfectly fine though. It does hold really well, and this is going to be really lightweight anyway, so you don't have to worry too much about not having, you know, it's glued in the center. So I just put hot glue on both sides of the pot, and then I just simply press it down to my hoop, and I wait for the glue to dry a little bit so that way I can make sure it's nice and secure. And once that's on there, I'm just gonna take a little piece of floral foam, and you can see I just cut it all crazy, but I just took a little square piece and I am gonna place it in there, and I am gonna glue it down so that way it doesn't move around and stuff like that. So I just take my hot glue, put a nice bit, and then I stick the floral foam down inside, and now we can stick some beautiful florals in there. And I decided to go with this pick from Dollar Tree, and it's really beautiful, nice and purple. And I'm just gonna cut them off one by one so that I have more control over where it's going, and I am just gonna simply stick them down in there. And you guys, I absolutely love how this one turned out. I just love the planter pot on the hoop itself as a wreath for your door. I think that is super cute and I really love it. So as I'm sticking them down in there, I'm just, you know, arranging them as I would like. And also, you guys, I did keep the wooden hoops for these DIYs natural, and it's natural color, but you can definitely paint them or even stain them if you wanted, just to give them a little different look. But I love the natural look and I think it looks good either way, so I just left them as it is and I love it. So now once all of the flowers are in there, I'm gonna go in with this ribbon and make a nice little bow so I can place to the front of the plant pot. And I am just gonna simply take my hot glue gun and place it to the front just to give it a nice cute little touch. And then once that is on there, I am gonna make a little hanger for this one because you can't really hang it on the hoop itself because the florals are quite big. So I am gonna take some jute string and just glue it to the side of the hoop and have a little hanger, and then glue the other side to the other side of the hoop, and you have now a little cute hanger. And I think it looks really cute with the hanger and I love how it looks. And now I'm also just taking some floral moss that you can get from Dollar Tree, and I am gonna hot glue it and pack it down in there so that you don't see any of that floral foam that is inside of the pot. And I do glue it down just so you know this is floral moss and it does make quite a mess if you move it around or you know stuff like that. So I just want to make sure that it doesn't come out. And then this DIY is absolutely complete, you guys, and I really love this one. I just love the simplicity of it, the pop of purple. It looks really nice and it gives you that farmhouse sort of feel, and I think it's beautiful. Let me know what you think of this DIY. I would love to hear your thoughts and comments. Moving on to the final DIY for today, I have two of the wooden hoops. One is smaller and one is bigger, and I want to place the smaller one inside, gluing it just like this. So I'm going to take some wood glue and a little bit of hot glue and press that down to the bigger hoop, and it's just going to create a nice look. And really I really loved how it looked, and I did use wood glue just to make sure that the smaller hoop is nice and stuck to that bigger hoop. So once you have them on there, just make sure you press it nice and firm. And then I am going to start decorating the piece, and I'm just going to take some greenery pieces that I have here, and I am just going to place them on either side of the wreath. And some of them are a bit long, so I just take my scissors and I just snip them down, and I just simply use my hot glue to put them down here. And I first start off with 2 of the greenery pieces. I place hot glue and then I glue them down so that they're almost going at a curve so it can follow the shape of the circle. And then once I place the 2 down on either side, I am going to place another layer of the greenery, and I'm going to place that on top of the first ones that I placed down. So honestly, I'm just going with how I like and how I like how it looks, and then I will stop adding the greenery, but I don't really add too much because I don't want it to be overwhelming. I just want it to be nice and simple. So I add together altogether 4 pieces of the greenery, and I just overlap them, that way it can look nice and full at the bottom there. And then once that is done, I am going to go in with a nice beautiful flower, and I am gonna just take 1 flower because I want it to be in the center of the wreath, and I am just gonna simply hot glue that down as well. And I place the hot glue on the side of the flower rather than straight on the back of it, because I don't want it to be popping forward at you. I want it to be standing straight up, if that makes sense. So you'll see it once it's on the wreath, but I do lay it on its side. And then I am going to take a little bit of different greenery just to make the whole thing stand out and give it, you know, a different look with contrast and different greeneries. So I placed these other 2 little picks, and I just simply hot glue them down, and then you can see those little red berries there off to the side. I placed those down, just about 2 of them as well, just to give it an extra pop of color, and I really think that that looks absolutely beautiful. And then you guys, this DIY is absolutely complete, and if you wanted, you can add more, of course, or whatever else you may like. But I absolutely love how it turned out, and I think it is super beautiful and perfect for the summer. And I love the double hoop. I think it looks really nice, and you guys have to let me know what you think. And also, you guys, if you enjoyed today's video, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up, and also you guys, share this video with your family and friends, and don't forget to tell them to check out my channel, and do consider hitting that subscribe button. I would love for you to be a part of my family. And you guys, thank you so much for watching. I will see you all on the next one. God bless. Bye.